Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. Topic: Fyre Festival. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated video.
The Fyre Festival, which was organized by Billy McFarland and Ja Rule, turned out to be a complete disaster right from the beginning. The festival site was drenched in heavy rain, resulting in chaotic accommodations. The Fyre Festival was organized by Billy McFarland and Ja Rule in order to promote the Fyre music booking app. Originally, they intended to hold the festival on Norman's Cay, a private island that had once belonged to a drug kingpin. However, they were unable to secure the lease for that location and instead obtained a permit to use a site on Great Exuma. Despite this change, they falsely advertised the festival as taking place on Pablo Escobar's private island. Due to the limited amount of time and resources, they made cuts to their expenses and focused on collecting deposits for different parts of the festival. The Fyre Festival, which was organized by Billy McFarland and Ja Rule, was a complete disaster right from the beginning. The festival site was drenched with heavy rain, causing the accommodations to be in complete disarray. The band Blink-182 decided to withdraw from the festival, expressing concerns about the quality of the performances. Attendees were left waiting for hours and were provided with insufficient food and accommodations. Eventually, the festival had to be postponed, leaving many people stranded due to canceled flights. The situation was worsened by reports of mishandled baggage, lack of lighting, shortage of medical personnel, and various other issues that only added to the chaos. Thankfully, the attendees were eventually rescued and brought back to Miami. In the year 2013, a man named Billy McFarland established a company called Magnacies. This company offered special advantages to its members in exchange for a yearly payment. Unfortunately, not all of the benefits that were promised by Magnacies were actually provided. It is said that the company started making a profit in 2015, but McFarland had a track record of making exaggerated promises in his previous business ventures. Many customers expressed their dissatisfaction with the company's poor customer service and failure to fulfill its commitments. For instance, some customers had purchased VIP tickets to the popular musical Hamilton only to have their tickets canceled without explanation. One customer even claimed to have waited for more than a month and a half without receiving any response to their request for a refund. The event was advertised on Instagram by Kendall Jenner and other famous individuals who received payment for their posts. Jenner has since removed her post. Bella Hadid and Emily Ratajkowski also took part in the promotion but have since deleted their posts too. The Federal Trade Commission mentioned that using the hashtag #ad was insufficient in revealing the paid promotion. After witnessing the consequences of the event, Baldwin donated her payment to charity. Fuck Jerry and Jerry Media were both involved in marketing and promoting the event. Fyre Festival has issued a statement accepting responsibility for not being able to deliver the anticipated experience as a result of infrastructure problems. They are currently making efforts to organize flights for guests to ensure their safe return home and have decided to postpone the festival indefinitely. Ja Rule, one of the event organizers, denied any fraudulent intent and expressed his apologies for the current circumstances. The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism also extended their apologies on behalf of the country, while workers and restaurant owners involved in the festival unfortunately did not receive their payments. Fyre Festival has given attendees the option to choose between a refund or VIP tickets for next year's festival. McFarland and Ja Rule are currently dealing with a significant legal matter in California. They are facing a lawsuit worth $100 million due to the unsuccessful Fyre Festival. The lawsuit accuses them of various offenses, including fraud, breach of contract, breach of covenant of good faith, and negligent misrepresentation. Furthermore, another lawsuit has been filed in Los Angeles as a class action, claiming that the organizers deceived attendees by paying social media influencers to promote the festival. Additionally, a third lawsuit has been filed in New York, and both National Event Services and festival attendees have also filed their own lawsuits. These legal actions allege breach of contract, fraud, negligence, and violations of consumer protection statutes. In May 2017, Billy McFarland and his associates were being investigated for fraud by the FBI. McFarland was arrested in June 2017 and accused of wire fraud. In March 2018, he admitted guilt to wire fraud and received a prison sentence of 6 years. In July 2018, the SEC declared that McFarland and others had resolved charges connected to a fraudulent offering that collected more than $27 million. McFarland agreed to a lifelong prohibition from being a director or officer and to repay $27.4 million. The caterer who worked on the Fyre Festival event, along with other Bahamian suppliers, did not receive payment. In 2019, a crowdfunding appeal successfully raised over $200,000 to provide compensation for her. In 2020, the United States Marshals Service auctioned off Fyre Festival-branded merchandise that the festival's organizer, McFarland, had kept for future sale. The proceeds from the auction were intended to benefit the festival's victims. In the year 2019, 2 documentary films were made available to the public, focusing on the Fyre Festival and its main orchestrator, Billy McFarland. The first film, titled Fyre Fraud, had its debut on Hulu and garnered a 79% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, along with a score of 66 out of 100 on Metacritic. The second film, called Fyre, was released on Netflix and received a higher rating of 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, as well as a score of 76 out of 100 on Metacritic. Both documentaries were generally well received by critics. In the year 2017, Seth Rogen talked about a movie that The Lonely Island was planning. The movie was about a music festival that didn't go well. Jorma Taccone confirmed in 2019 that the movie was still being worked on. Alkaline Trio released a song that was inspired by Blink-182's involvement with the festival. Ryan Reynolds included Andy King, who was an event producer for Fyre Festival, in a commercial for his gin brand. The TV show HBO's Silicon Valley showed a music event that was similar to Fyre Festival. All Elite Wrestling created an annual event called Fighter Fest, which was a parody of the Fyre Festival. Billy McFarland, the organizer of the notorious Fyre Festival, made an announcement on April 9, 2023. He stated that there would be a second edition of the Fyre Festival, known as Fyre Festival 2. McFarland claimed to have successfully obtained funding for this event and proceeded to release the first 100 tickets for sale at a price of $499. The festival was scheduled to take place in the Caribbean towards the end of 2024. Remarkably, the initial batch of tickets sold out within a single day. In conclusion, the Fyre Festival was a total failure, characterized by untrue commitments, inadequate preparation, and a shortage of essential provisions. It stands as a warning of the repercussions that arise from deceitfulness and ineptitude in organizing events.